Over $800 collected this week, on top of deploying thousands of dollars in cash to purchase assets that are allowing us to be free from the 9 to 5. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaiah. In this video, we're going to talk about how we made the income this week, as well as all the assets that we purchased. But if you're new to the channel, this is an income generating account where we sell cash secured puts, covered calls, do credit spreads, and collect dividends from both weekly and monthly payers. But if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and let me know down below if you made any purchases this week, because I'm going to show you everything I've done so far. So, first thing I like to do is I like to go to my trade history. Let's pull up our options. I believe selling options is the fastest way to generate income, helps you avoid NAV erosion of high-yielding dividend funds, things like that. But remember, guys, I am not a financial advisor. Everything I say should not be taken as financial advice. I'm just a guy on YouTube on documenting my journey. So, cash secured puts, that means you're agreeing to buy a stock for a predetermined price. And because you do this, you get paid money. So essentially, imagine going to the store and getting paid just to agree to buy something you wanted to buy anyway. You're not even necessarily buying it, you're just agreeing to do so. So MSTX and Teladoc, I had sold puts on them. I moved out their expiration to give myself more time, and I captured $80. So I've captured $80 from options this week. Usually my weeks kind of divide between sometimes I collect more in options, sometimes I collect more in dividends. This week is much heavier in dividends because our monthly payers hit, and every day I'm making purchases into these monthly payers so that every month that paycheck gets larger and larger, because I want to be able to live off of monthly paying dividend funds. So we generate income through options and weekly payers. We take that income, put them into monthly paying funds. So PDI, the two cornerstone funds, ORC, they're all set to pay this week. On top of, we've already captured $250 from COYY and TSYY. Those are weekly payers. And then we captured $18 from QILD. That's a monthly payer. So all in all, this month, we're going to get about $700 from monthly payers. Now, again, that doesn't count anything else outside of the monthly payers. Like, we captured about $3,500 last month. I'm hoping next week when I close down for January, I'm hoping to capture about $4,000 total. But again, focusing on monthly payers, I captured $530 2 months ago as the first month. Last month is the first month we started doing option monthly paying funds. This month, we got $700. Next month, I'm honestly hoping for $800, $850 because we are making those purchases. So let's jump over to the account now and let's talk about those purchases. And you don't want to miss these. I think some of these are pretty fantastic. But before I do anything else, I want to give a quick shout out to the best group on YouTube, the Premium Generals. It's an exclusive group where I post educational content such as how to sell cash secured puts, how to sell covered calls, how to do credit spreads, debit spreads, as well as the strangle method and other forms of investing. On top of that, we have a Discord, which if you're a Premium General, you get access to the Discord where I post my trades every single day. On top of that, I have over 100 and some videos in this group, private portfolio updates. And then finally, for $10, you get to be in every single video. So, like I said, it's $10. Come check it out. Join us. Love to have you. And with that being said, let's get back into the video. Okay, back here in the account, let's scroll down past all the open options, and let's take a look at all of the shares we purchased this week. So, Cornerstone funds, I'm trying to purchase some of these every day. Short-term goal, I want to get these to 2,000 shares each and then start adding some new positions to the portfolio. But right now, we have 1,725 shares of CLM. We have purchased, let's see here, 15 shares so far this week. We're trudging closer and closer to that 2,000 share goal total. But CRF is definitely, we've invested heavier. We currently have 1,950 shares. We are only 50 shares away from that 2,000 share goal total. And I have purchased about 60 shares so far this week. So the thing I want to pull out is January 16th was the last ex-div day. We had 1,755 shares. We are almost 200 shares above that in a span of like a week. So that's pretty incredible. We're making heavy purchases. We want to get this to 2,000 shares. And then we want to be able to take the dividend every month, invest it into some better monthly paying funds so that we can eventually live off of all of the monthly paying funds out of this account. PDI, that's my favorite monthly payer. We've already reached our 1,000 share goal total. Not adding to that position anytime soon. Going to add some more positions, then I'll circle back around, add some more PDI. T-SPY, we have purchased in the last month about 73 total shares because last month was the first month I had it. I got a dividend payout of $30 based on 100 shares. I now have 173 shares. I'm hoping to be pretty close to that 200 share goal total when the ex-div comes around, which is probably going to be next week or the week after. And I don't think I'll quite be at 200 shares, but I want to be close, which when I get to that 200 shares, that's going to be $60 a month from T-SPY. That's fantastic. I will gladly take that. And Teladoc, we have been adding shares every day. We're up to 45 shares. I want to get this to 100 shares. I'm not buying TDAC every day. Sorry, I called it Teladoc. I sell options on Teladoc, make good money on that. But TDAC, I'm trying to buy a couple times a week. It's not one that I'm buying every day currently. I do want to get this to 100 shares. And the next one that I really was hoping to be able to get to 500 shares, but I'm on hold. I'm honestly on hold for a good reason. ORC is a REIT, and I said I wanted REIT exposure in this account. And I have 400 shares. Average cost is $7.23. I don't want to buy that last 100 shares until this comes down closer to that $7.23. So as long as it's in the 8s, I'm not making any more purchases. I will come back around and get that last 100 shares to get my 500 share goal total when we come down in price. So it's not a bad reason to wait. It's just I want to try to be consistent with those purchases. QYLD, a monthly pair, and I wanted to get to 100 shares of this. I now have it. I don't plan on adding any more shares of QYLD, at least for a while. We'll see. Anything can change in the account. At some point I might find a position that I like and I want to add, or I might say, hey, I don't have any new positions I want to add, but I'm still generating income, so let's put that income in QYLD. I'm comfortable with sitting cash there, but I'm not necessarily looking to add more to that position. So right now, monthly payer-wise, like I said, we're going to capture by the end of this month about $700. Last month, we had $530. Next month, I'm hoping to be close to $800, if not $850. And I want to get this to $2,800 a month in monthly payers because that essentially covers all my living expenses, mortgage, student loans, food, everything like that. So $2,800 is what I would need to live off of if I wanted to live out of this particular account. And in order to get there, I need to get my monthly payers up. And that's why I'm making consistent daily purchases. I would much rather be consistent than lucky. I've never been an investor, and I've been investing for like 20 years about now, and I've never been someone that times everything up perfectly. I have much better success in any account being consistent, buying funds, and holding them. And if I need to borrow money, I use the margin. I don't necessarily sell the shares. So that's just kind of the way I do it. I'm not saying it's the right way, just kind of the way I do it. Last thing to touch base on, 130, I have these two contracts set to expire, AMDL and SERV. I'm agreeing to buy them for those two prices, but both of those funds are way higher. For example, AMLD, I agreed to buy for $9. It's currently trading at almost $21 a share. I am not going to be able to roll the position because the price is too much higher. So again, this is an example where I got paid credits over credits over credits just to agree to buy something that I'm not going to buy. It's going to expire this week, and the contract will be closed, so I'll have gotten paid many, many times just to agree to buy something that I didn't have to buy. So with that said, the account is doing fantastic. The only potential change I might be looking for in the future is reducing my weekly payers on dividends just because of the NAV erosion. But the premium generals would know first. Join our group, join the Discord. Love to have you. It's $10. So with that said, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you in the next one.